What is going on, guys? This is Ben here, bringing you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, I haven't done one of these videos in a while. It's kind of where I pick a topic that I want to talk about in the game and kind of just discuss my thoughts on it and want to hear your guys' opinions. You can agree with me, you can disagree with me. Just let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on the topic. But you probably wonder what the topic is, and it is going to be about the shield generator. I know I talked about it in my Warrior Rush shield generator strategy where I talked about how, yeah, it kind of sucks for Warrior Rushes, but in general, like, a lot of people before the update thought it was going to kind of destroy attacking, kind of make it impossible to be able to beat. And while I'm kind of talking about this stuff, I'm just going to be using my Scorcher attacks in the background. I am attacking live, so it's not one of those where I just have gameplay going on in the background. So if I lose the trail of thought or I try and save a troop, that is why, because I'm still attacking, guys. But all right, so shield generators pre-update. Once everyone saw them, they're like, oh my god, this is so broken. Like, they're gonna change the game. They're gonna attack strategies not gonna work. The HQ is so much health and whatnot. Which is true. It does give the HQ a crap ton of health. And just going off track here, I do want to mention this shirt. Let's just take a moment of silence here to make it look how white it makes me look. It is ridiculous because it's light blue and my skin is like pasty white. Oh, dude, it looks amazing. But either way, whatever. Just had to mention that. I saw a glance at myself in the face cam and I was like, oh my gosh, Ben, you look like a ghost. I'm almost as pasty as these walls, dude. But okay, back on track. So yeah, everyone was like freaking out. Oh my god, shield generators so broken. And yes, in a sense, it's really hard for warrior rushes now. But as a whole, if a person has a shield generator on their map, if I'm not using warriors and I'm using any other attack strategies besides, well, I guess it's a counter to smoky heavy Zuka, but you only really saw that on really high ice bases where you had to fly to that HQ and then burn it down and whatnot using the smoky heavy Zuka attack strategy. So that's the only two attack strategies that the shield generator nerfed, cause basically, I don't know, a lot of people were complaining about them, like the warrior rushes, and I understand that so many of you love the warriors, and the shield generator is so hard to get over that. But if you have to look at it on the broad spectrum of the game, the shield generator kind of made it easier for other attack strategies to thrive, like regular heavy Zuka attack strategies, rifleman Zuka, Scorcher tanks, all tank medics, I should say, because the shield generator is pretty useless against those attack strategies, because a lot of people don't want to just have it way behind their base. Let's just say I had more space, way out in the ocean, but way out of the base, behind it, because then they can just use critters, whatever, to destroy it, and it doesn't really play much. Or even for warrior rushes, cause say my HQ was up here and I had a closer to the HQ base and the shield generator's in the back, not really getting protected by any defenses, then it can easily get killed. But if it's up front in the base, in between all your defenses, then while rifleman Zuka or all tanks are clearing through the map, this defense is it's basically just another useless building that's free GBE pretty much, because these, when they're up in the front, don't offer any benefit to your HQ at all. And what they're supposed to do is just block the HQ. And it literally does nothing. That's just my opinion. It literally, it kind of, in a sense, buffed troop attacks that aren't warrior rushes or smoky heavy Zuka, because it's an extra defense that you don't have to worry about, an extra prototype defense that you don't have to worry about. And especially around this metal count and metal count above mine, most of the time people have dual prototype modules, so just think of it as it's not another shock blaster, or it's not another doom cannon you have to deal with. So even though warriors took a hit, the other attack strategies because of that are thriving, and people are just gonna have to adapt to that. Yeah, it's kind of sucky that the warriors, I keep saying this, it sucks that they're not as effective as they used to be, but you can still use it on bases that don't have shield generators. There's still viable. But I get where you guys are coming from. I just wanted to like hear your thoughts on it. Like, don't go all crazy on me saying like, yeah, kill the warriors, blah 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 blah, because like not every base has shield generators and everything like that. I don't know, like I just feel as though it's not as broken as everyone, like, if you don't know what I mean when I say broken, I mean like overpowered. It's not as bad as everyone like thought it was gonna be. It literally, I don't know, it's I'm kind of glad they added it, because as a person for myself, like up around my metal range, I hate clearing my map with warriors, and I know a lot of you may not agree with that. That's fine, but like for myself, and maybe honestly, maybe if I was just a dead-on warrior rusher, I would feel completely different about this topic. So I gotta look at it from both sides too. Like, so I get that for those of you that are warrior rushers, or yeah, use warrior rushes, like you kind of maybe are pissed off about it, but it's like now it just opens more variety, I guess, because like it's really easy to use tank medics now. It's Scorcher tanks, the rifleman, the RZM guys attack strategy. I love that. Like that is my go-to. That is, I think it's one of the best attack strategies at this time. Heavy Zukas still pretty strong, and then if you need to, like, and there's no shield generators on the base, like you can still warrior rush bases. So those are kind of just my like initial thoughts. Any other, like, this is all from the top of my head too, so if it's kind of like all over the place, I do apologize. But another reason why I'm using these Scorchers and attacking NPC bases is because like you don't really have to think too hard when you're using Scorchers attacking NPC bases, because they literally barely ever die, especially when they're boosted up. So I don't know, like I feel as though in general, like it kind of maybe closed one door, but it kind of opened up possibilities for more. Like, now those top players, I think some of them were even using like Grenadiers, man. Grenadiers. Top players use Grenadiers. What the freak is going on? I didn't swear there. I know some of you don't care if I swear or not. I try to like just keep myself censored, because you never know who's watching the video. Like, you could be a younger kid and your parents are around and like, what? Or you could be a older kind of person who has kids, and if I swear they might hear it and you don't want to hear that. But there's some of you maybe my age that don't care at all. But I try and keep that to a minimum. Just wanted to clear that point too, because I know I get a lot of like comments in the section below about that. But yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty much said what I needed to say about the shock launcher, like, or the shield generator. Shock launcher is a difference. Their shock blaster is still pretty strong. I still don't like it, but shield generator, I don't mind it at all. In effect, like before the shield generator was out, I was using RZM to clear bases anyways, because warriors around this metal count, like warriors around my metal count or higher, really aren't that effective. So not many people were even using them before, to be honest. And if a person has a shield generator now, it's just like, okay, it doesn't really do much for them. But I can understand but I'm not attacking, I'm not a level mid 40 player attacking shield generator bases. Oh, nice, got the complex gear, like, so I can't fully see from your standpoints. That's why I'm making this video too, because I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are, like, and don't try to blow it out of proportion like it's so broken, because like early on in the game too, I found it quite a bit harder to get, like, this is just my sense, like early on, or not, I don't want to say early on, I say like 10 levels before, like mid to late 40s, like it's still pretty hard to get prototype modules, because it's really hard to beat Gearheart still. Hammerman, your base really maybe isn't built up that much to get a lot of the prototype defenses. You have less bases to clear on your map, so maybe you have less chance to get prototype modules. So like, I don't think early on in those stages you encounter prototype defenses as much, and even so, they maybe not always are level 3. Yeah, you get some bases that are maybe up there in level and they have a bunch because they're just whatever, but there's not as many of them or as early in that level, I don't think. That's just my suggestion. So like, maybe it's not as bad, and you don't really encounter the shield generators, so like you can still use the warriors. I just honestly, I want to know your thoughts, because I know, because like everyone was freaking out about them before the update, And yeah, like I guess this is my closing point here. So shield generators, they do counter warriors, I'm not denying that. They do counter smoky heavy Zuka, I'm not denying that. But if you go the shield generator route, like it opens up your base, I guess, or leaves it more vulnerable for other attack strategies to be able to kill you. And before, we didn't really have an option to defend against warriors, except for maybe hiding your mines and all this other crap. Like, warriors could potentially, except for maybe up in this metal count, destroy a lot of bases easily, and there wasn't any way to counter that. But now with like the shield generator, it gives you an option, to actually counter that. But in another sense, like it doesn't offer much benefit for other attack strategies. So it makes the player want to choose, which I'm okay with that. Like if you want to choose to have your base defend against warrior rushes, you go ahead and do that. It's gonna leave your base wide open for tank medics. So I will show you my base right now. My base is pretty anti-warrior because I have the shield generator, I have the shock back here, I have a lot of things that melt the things. But look at my defense. Like no one attacks me with warriors. I get all tank medic, heavy Zuka, tank medic, tank medic, tank medic, tank medic, tank medic. Like the defense I think here is warriors, or didn't even drop anything. Like Scorchers. Of course, Hammerman. Warriors did end up beating me. I didn't even watch this. I wish I did. But he has a pretty big boost. Those, all Zukas. So yes, guys, like it's give or take really, and it gives more choice for the player defending, I guess. So I don't know, like just trying to adapt. If you're one of those warrior rushes and you're having a tough time, maybe try and upgrade some other troops and try and learn a different attack strategy, like diversify your attacks and stuff. But I honestly don't think it's overpowered. That's just my final thought, I guess. Some of you may not like that. I'm okay with that. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section below. But that final point I think is what Supercell kind of wanted to add. Like they wanted to have like either you chose to defend against this attack strategy or you chose to defend against that attack strategy. Now shock blasters are a different story because shock blasters freaking counter everything. So but yeah, I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So I just want to hear your thoughts. Let me hear them, guys. I know it's maybe uploaded a little bit later than normal, but I was streaming on Mob Crush today, so I do apologize. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night, and I'll see you guys later.